Hey everyone, real quick before we get into it, don't forget to
like us on Facebook, follow us on Twitter and Instagram.
Check out the podcast on Podbean. We're on Spotify, Stitcher, Apple Podcast, and Google Play.
And with all that said and done, let's get to it.
What's up, everybody, and welcome back to episode 134 of the Hella Average Gamescast. Believe it or not, we are all here tonight on a beautiful, lovely, awesome, and wonderful Thursday night. I've got Jeremy and Carmen. What's going on, fellas?
Been so long since we all been here, man.
It has been a while. I missed you guys. Carmen, I missed your voice too, buddy.
Hey, I'm here. You know, I schedule my plans to record, and I don't have other plans in the background like somebody else.
That just means you're better at scheduling.
He just
And
cares
I take
more.
that proudly. I take that proudly.
Oh,
You know what I'm saying?
I do the same thing though. Like I just schedule things. Like my sister texts me, my nephew's birthday's next weekend. We got people coming into town. I was like, oh, I'll put it on the calendar. Don't worry about it.
And then bring it
Christy-
to the birthday party.
And then Christy sends me a text. She's like, should we just buy a gift and then we'll just bring it by, or do we cancel? I'm like, I'll bring it by. You can stay home.
Very nice, very nice. Jeremy, he just doesn't have. He's just
say
a
it.
hermit. He's just a hermit.
Just
That's all
say
it
it.
is.
I have no life. Nobody loves me.
All right, guys. Well, we're back for another week of gaming talk and gaming news, and we've been saying it for quite a while now. But the gaming news front has been fairly slow. Even this week, there's not a whole lot going on. So we're going to do what we can. We're going to slog through it, see what we can get out of here. Then we're going to go over our most anticipated games of 2020, so that should be fun. Also considering that none of us really thought about it. We're just going to go off the cuff and, see what we're liking, see what we're thinking. But before we get going, Carmen, have you been playing anything?
I have. I've been playing a good bit of Call of Duty, my Rocket Leagues. Those games have been just hitting for me. And then I started playing Clash Royale again just because I was bored. And I've enjoyed the little grind that I'm having on it. It's probably not going to stick, though. I can tell that I'm not that into it. Other than that, nothing.
Sounds like the usual for you.
Yep. Same old stuff until some new stuff drops.
How about you, Jerry Bear? Have you been doing the same old same, or have you got something new in your life that you want to talk about?
Well, you weren't here last week, so I've been playing Code Vein. Got it for Christmas.
Right. I think I did hear that.
Yes, I've been pumping some hours into it. Beaten the first, 4 areas. The first, I think 3 or 4 bosses. I really haven't died that much. Like I was telling Carm last week, my partners are really helpful. I've only died to 2 of the 4 bosses. I think 2 of them I actually took down first shot, so not too bad. Other ones I died to just because they had status elements and I didn't know ahead of time, and so I had to just go back and respec. One was all about poison, one was about slowing me down, but once I did, took them out. Right now I'm just I reached a new area. I'm just kind of playing through, grinding, just finding more items and stuff. Usual Dark Souls kind of thing. Still enjoying it a lot. Just gonna see how far I can get into this thing before I either beat it or get bored. It's definitely no Bloodborne. But I'm definitely. I think I might be enjoying it more than Sekiro. At least just from just from a gameplay point of view. As far as world and characters go, it's nowhere near Sekiro levels. But I really do like the gameplay a lot more. It's just definitely a faster paced Dark Souls.
Is it easier than Dark Souls, or is it about the same level? I heard it's a pretty hard game.
Well, it is a hard game like Dark Souls is, but considering I've not died very much at all, I would say it's probably the easiest Souls-like game I've played.
Okay.
That makes.
I think the easiest Souls game I've played was it Fallen Kingdom or what is the name?
Lords of the Fallen.
Lords of the Fallen. That's it.
Yeah, I forgot about that. I still have it downloaded.
Yeah. I enjoyed that back when it was a PS Plus game. I got it. And
yeah,
it was pretty
that was decent. This is definitely a much faster paced game than Dark Souls. You're not so heavy and trudging around. You move at a good pace. Kind of like Bloodborne was. I like a little bit faster paced game play and so forth.
Perfect. So that's been taking up much of your time. Let's see. I haven't been playing a lot. Been doing a lot of reading and watching TV lately. So believe it or not, I know how to read.
What?
And,
Could have sworn you were illegitimate.
but no, like usually when I'm coming upstairs and jumping on the game, I'm actually like either reading or watching TV. So I mean, kind of slacking. But I did get Star Wars for Christmas, so I'm about, I would say, 3/4 of the way through that. The Fallen Order.
Wow, you've been blasting through that.
Well, yeah, but I find it. So I put it on the easiest level.
Mm-hmm.
Which is still, I would say, is still like a normal difficulty game.
Well, it is a Souls-like game, isn't it?
I would call it Souls very light. You know, like
Yeah.
you do got to parry, you do have to dodge, and if you don't, you'll get eaten up. If you don't use tactics on a bunch of, there's a group of people, you'll get ate up pretty good.
It's no Sekiro, though.
Not at all, no.
No.
But putting it on the easiest mode, which is one under story, it makes it feel like a normal game, and I like that.
Okay.
So it's fun. It's got a little bit too much puzzling, I think, for my taste. If you do like puzzling to combat, I think it's about 80-20. So a lot of puzzling, and I don't like the map system. The map is like whatever level you're on. Like picture a full holographic map, and and there's 3 levels to whatever stage you're on. If you're on the first level, the stage you're on is a little bit more blue than the other 2, but you can always switch and always see the others. It's just not intuitive.
I got you.
But now the combat's really good, graphics are really good. It's a great Star Wars game. A lot of customization, even though like the ponchos and the outfits don't really look that cool. And the lightsaber stuff's pretty cool. You can really customize your lightsaber. I got the double bladed saber pretty quick because I wanted to go get that first off. So I mean, it's got really cool customization. It's a fun game, and if I had to give it a hard rating, like right now, I'd give it like 7.5 out of 10.
It's kind of low for a Star Wars game for a Star Wars fan, in my opinion.
I wish that it wasn't so much puzzling. I think that's really what's getting me. I don't mind a puzzle game, but it's like I need something to break up the monotony, and it doesn't break it up fast enough.
Gotcha. Well, I do have one very important question now.
Yes.
What color lightsaber?
Well, so you start out with blue and green.
What have you chosen now?
Well, so I only have blue and green right now.
Ah.
But when you get to the last world where you can start getting kyber crystals, that's where you can get all your lightsaber colors. And I'm pretty sure you can get every color in the canon. So red, green, blue, yellow, magenta, orange, whatever. I think you can get a bunch of different colors.
But
I'm going to go with yellow.
Oh, going yellow. Okay.
Yeah, I'm a big fan of the Jedi Sentinel, so I like going yellow.
Oh, is that what they used?
Yeah, they kind of in the lore they kind of broke off from the traditional Jedi Order, but they still were protectors. But they would go to like cities and stuff, and they would protect whole cities. And they were not as like White Knight pure. They would, you could get them to protect you. You could pay them some money. So they use yellow lightsabers, and also the Temple Guards use yellow. So those are the 2 people who used them.
Not gonna lie, I zoned out there. I just heard the background nerd.
I was gonna hit him with a nerd alert, but I was just gonna let him keep going.
I could go and go. But that's all I've been playing.
But before you go on,
Carmen?
the best color lightsaber is motherfucking purple.
You're right. Samuel L. Jackson.
Tired of these motherfucking Sith in the motherfucking Citadel.
Also, I remember texting you guys a little while back. I picked up Starlink. I actually played it for probably like an hour or so total.
How's that?
It is a fun game.
Worth the $6.
Definitely worth $6. Probably worth more than that. But no, it's fun. And then the little toys are, they're cool. Like I think it was a cool concept. The game holds up really, really well, and I think that they could iterate on it later with just the game and not like the physical stuff.
Yeah, those physical games never work like that. Like Skylanders. Skylanders was cool at first too. I picked up a cheap set.
I was saying, like, the whole toys to life thing just kind of run its course.
It has. There's some cool ones. There's cool. It's if I'm playing with the actual toy, you can actually like be in the middle of combat, press start, and I can switch out the toys, and then whatever I just switched out will go into the game immediately without losing progress. So that's cool. But other than that, the game itself is fun. If you play it without the toys and just play with what you unlock, it's actually pretty cool. Nothing groundbreaking, but it's good mechanics. Feels good to shoot some stuff up in the spaces. You know what I mean?
I don't think they're updating that game anymore, though. I think it's like
They're not.
dead
It's
game.
Done. Yeah, it's done. It's done. Definitely worth $6 though. If you're listening to this and you're in and around Best Buy and you see the Skylanders starter pack, I guess it is, with the ship, go ahead and pick it up. I think it's like $6. Definitely worth it, I would say.
I would get it just for the toy, honestly. That R-Wing.
The toy is cool. I've got it sitting on my shelf right now. And I've got like the little figures. Actually, I'm going to plug them in at some point and play with each captain and stuff. And they also make different weapons you can put on, so that's pretty cool. But that's it. And I really haven't played a lot, so I'm kind of slacking on that front. But what we got, boys? We got some news. We got about 3 topics to go over, and then we're going to talk about what we want to see this year, huh?
That's the plan. Hopefully, we get to see some shit.
Yeah, hopefully if it gets delayed into 2021.
Everything's going to 2021, Jeremy. What are you talking about?
Yeah. Especially from Square.
Square! No, I feel good. This is going to be the year Square releases some cool stuff.
I'm really waiting for them like 2 days before Final Fantasy VII comes out to go, you know what? We're going to push this back a couple years. Just not quite there yet.
Actually, we're going to pull out all the Final Fantasy characters, and we're just going to put Disney characters.
Yeah. Oh, we're going to replace everyone with Donald. The whole game is looking for ingredients.
I mean, I'm okay with that. Donald pops caps and people, so I'm good with that. Let's rock it, Carmen. Tell them what time it is.
It's time for some news.
All right. Let's get going. Let's start out. We're going to go with Nintendo to kick it off. They had a Pokemon Direct this week. Was it today? It was today, wasn't it?
Yeah, today.
And they announced or showed some of the new DLC for Pokemon Sword and Shield. Carmen, I think you can elaborate a little bit on it. You got the ins and outs of it, I feel, a little bit more than I did.
Well, if you guys could have seen our text conversation, this topic made the cut. Because of this, Jeremy would open the Nintendo corner so we can hear a faint little do-do-do-do-do. But over in my corner, I'm all about this, just based on the fact that they're kind of saving. And so they're dropping 2 DLCs are coming out. They're giving you 2 more story sections and about 200 more Pokemon that didn't make the cut originally. And
what generation is it, or is it just like a mixture of a bunch of different Pokemon?
It's a mixture of a bunch of different Pokemon, from what I gathered. They're going to give you a bunch more of the Gigantamax forms, and they're basically just expanding the roster. That was, to me, seemed slim. The roster was pretty slim in this generation, and maybe it was because I just hadn't seen enough of it, and I didn't go back and play anymore since I beat the game. But it's still in my Switch, so it's a possibility that I end up going back. But the DLC is going to be $30, and in the past, with Pokemon games, they would come up with a 3rd iteration of the game, which would kind of give you more Pokemon, give you more things to look at, more things to do, and in the past, they were charging full price for that. So that was a $59.99 thing is turning into a $30 thing. And granted, you already bought the game, but in the past, you would have bought 2 games. So I'm in their corner in terms of that this is a solid move on their behalf.
All right. So on the flip side then, Jeremy, what do you think about this?
Well, on the flip side, I actually agree with Carmen on a lot of his takes. I do think this is better than what they've done in the past. You are getting a good chunk of stuff in there. My biggest argument really is that it's better than what they've done in the past, but what they've done in the past was fucking terrible, and this is just slightly less terrible. It's definitely a step in the right direction, but it's more like something like EA or WB would do. My biggest argument is that this isn't DLC that was made to expand the game. This was obviously stuff that was cut from the core game is being resold to you. So now they're selling you a $60 game for $90. And I'm not really even shitting on Nintendo for this one either, because they're far from being the only one that actually does this. It's just I don't like that they're also expanding into this territory. I also feel $30 is just a bit too much. Like, I think this would have been more of a sweet spot for $20. Maybe $30 if you buy it for both systems, like in a bundle or something, instead of charging $30 each. And just like I said, especially with all like the controversies that were surrounding Pokemon Sword and Shield with the Dexit and all that stuff, and it seems like because they said, oh well, we couldn't make these models because there was just too much time and all that stuff, but they just seem to have them ready to resell you at $30 a pop. It just seems kind of sleazy and underhanded and just off to me. And
Yes.
that was my biggest issue.
It's them dabbling in more of this, like, this is going to be the Pokemon game for the Switch. Like, I think that they can continue to build on this without having to come up with a new iteration, because I don't think that we'll see another Pokemon game on the Switch.
Well, yeah, that's what I'm saying, is they don't need to make a new iteration. They do, and I'm fine with DLC in Pokemon. I just think that they're just... And yeah, they're doing it better than making an obvious iteration, but I don't think this is a really great way of doing the DLC, because Nintendo's done DLC in the past. Like, the way they handled DLC for Mario Kart 8 was fantastic. And so when, you did, like, when people rebought it on Switch, it was, a lighter, it was easier, blow. But this just, it just seems more in line with what some of these other crappier companies are doing. I was kind of hoping, like, they would be a little bit, like I said, if this was the exact same in every way, but they were only charging about, $15 to $20, it'd be an easier pill to swallow. But in the end, I don't even own the game. So this doesn't affect me in any way, shape, or form. This is an outsider's perspective on it. And if Pokemon fans are okay with it, who am I to tell them they're wrong?
Yeah, I think the fans are going to welcome it because they want some of these monsters, and they want...
Oh, obviously, yeah.
Yeah, they want their favorite people to be there, and I'm sure that they cut corners when they realized that it would take too long to get all these sprites built and put into this world, and
well, and honestly,
else.
That's not even, and I agree with you there, because that's not actually Game Freak's fault. It's just Nintendo, because they have these very strict guidelines where it's like, this game must be out in time for Christmas. Because I guarantee you, if they just let Game Freak do what they wanted, this game would have looked better. All these Pokemon would have been in there when it did finally come out. It may take a couple more months, but it would have been, I think you would have gotten a better game, just a few months later.
I agree. No, they could have done a lot better with this game. I mean, by far the easiest Pokemon game I've ever played. And
yeah, I've heard that from everyone else. Just like basically press A to win.
Yep, there was no hard parts about this game. But we'll see what happens. We'll see how it gets received when it drops. It comes out in June, I think. So in like 5 months.
Yeah, and I'm kind of I'm a little bit on both of you guys' fence. Both of your guys' sides of the fence. I think $30, while I don't think I'd buy it at that price, I think people will definitely jump on at that price. The Pokemon fandom's too intense not to. And I do agree that they had this, it could have been part of their main game, and they broke it up to sell it, to make extra money. So, did it work for them? It's probably going to be something that is going to work out for them in the long run, because like Carmen said, people are they want these Pokemon, so they're going to pay for them. And that's probably why they did in the first place and said, hey, let's release this as DLC 6 months later or whatever. Me personally, I don't think I'd buy it at $30, but like I said, I think it's going to sell pretty well for these hardcore Pokemon gamers, and it's probably going to, it's a big deal for people. I don't know if they're going to take this game into the professional Pokemon leagues or wherever they play on a pro level, but I don't know if they got like a meta game they're playing, but they're going to want as many Pokemon as possible in that scene. So you know how that goes. I mean, I assume they're not still playing Pokemon Red at the Pokemon Pro Championship tournaments.
I don't know. They still play Melee at Smash tournaments. So
maybe.
Who knows?
I don't know. I don't keep up with those. They exist, right? They have to exist.
Yeah, of course. There's competitive Pokemon playing. I just don't know anything about it. No, I have no idea.
I wonder what game is the main one. That'd be fun to know. Maybe some Google research. Somebody in the comments tell us what is the main meta Pokemon Pro game. But let's move on to CES.
Going right now.
Looks like Carmen's going down the Google rabbit hole. While he's looking, just a little foreshadowing, we're going to move into a few news pieces from CES. Not a lot in the gaming scene, but a few cool topics, and a few, too. And then we're going to get in to our anticipated games of 2020. What are you finding there, Carmen?
I got no answer. Hit us in the comments if you know. All I keep finding is trading card game pro players.
We know you play video games, pros. We know it. Okay, guys. Let's talk about Sony, and let's talk about the sick, awesome, brand new, never before seen font that is the PS5 logo.
That's a sweet ass logo, man.
If you haven't seen it, go look it up and then talk to us about it. But what do you guys think about it?
I think it's clean. Like it fits the aesthetic that has been there from day one.
I mean, it's PlayStation. What else can I say? I was expecting no less, and honestly, really no more.
I mean, the only thing they could have simplified it to was just the intertwined PS. Like, they could have just stamped that on there, and that would be perfect for me.
Yeah, I agree with that. Actually, that would look really cool, especially on, like, the console itself.
Yep.
But like I'm sitting here looking at my PS4 now. Okay, it's the same graphics. They just changed the 445, and people are raging. They're like talking junk about
What?
it. I don't get it. Like, what do you want?
How can you rate? It's just, I mean, Sony is like the most consistent of all three of the big three. What were they expecting?
And I say raging loosely, but they're definitely making fun of it. And
Yeah,
like,
they're
I mean,
poking at it nonstop.
well, yeah. Okay, that's different. I mean, obviously.
so they're not raging on it like, yeah, we're gonna. We're getting our torches out and pitchforks, but they are cracking on it pretty hard. And in today's day and age, I think they need to strike a good middle ground between clean and something that appeals to adults but can also appeal to the younger crowds too.
Well,
you don't want this to look super super clean like you would see on a corporation website, but then again, you don't want bubble letters saying PS5 because what are you going to do with that?
Well, see, this is where I disagree with you because this, I think, does strike a fine balance between adults and kids because the PS4 logo is basically the same, and kids bought the crap out of PS4s,
No, like I'm agreeing. That's what I'm saying. I'm saying that that's what they were trying to do, and they do that.
Oh, I thought you were saying they weren't. They need to.
No. I'm saying that they're doing this for a reason, and I think that's the reason.
Gotcha.
You want to strike that fine line between the adults and the younger generation. The younger crowd.
I got you. And
I mean, if I was an adult, I mean, we're probably exceptions to the rules. But if you've got, I'm sure there's people out there who, if this thing looked too childish, it wouldn't make it on their shelf.
Oh well, yeah, duh. Well, I mean, not from a logo perspective, but we still don't know what the machine's gonna look like. So that's
that too.
Definitely
but I think that people can nitpick a logo. I mean,
well, yeah.
There's logos that I'm trying to think of a logo that I don't like.
I would rather have an ugly ass logo but a sexy beast of a machine than an ugly ass machine and a sexy ass logo. Because I'm not gonna be looking at that logo all day.
I agree. Yeah.
No, but it's like certain things about logos are iconic. Like think about when you would play your PS1. You would get that Sony splash screen, and then you would get that black PS logo. Like when you saw that, that got your heart pumping.
Well, yeah, I definitely agree, but I think also had to do with a lot with the sounds as well. It's just an iconic opening. But yeah, I see where you're coming from. But
overall, though, I don't care what font they use. They could do this thing in Times New Roman.
Remember when the PS3 came out and it had the Spider-Man PlayStation, the Spider-Man font?
Yeah.
Yeah, people ripping on that. Then they changed it to the current font they have now.
Well, it's not. First off, it's impossible to make everybody happy, and it's really easy to piss a lot of people off. So,
welcome to the internet.
Welcome to the internet. Exactly. You took the words right out of my mouth. I agree totally.
I'm offended, sir.
You ask me. I think it's nice and clean. I think it's a good way to usher in the next gen. And I think it honestly fixed Xbox is doing the same thing. Like this, they're just letters. I mean, there's nothing fancy about Xbox either. So.
Just says Xbox.
And
they're all Xboxes.
All the Xboxes. So go check that logo out. Let us know what you think. Should it be more? Should it be less? Should we say screw logos altogether and just put PlayStation on there? Tell us what you want to see. Last thing I want to talk about, and this is more of a concept, but it's something cool. I think you guys saw it too, so I just wanted to maybe get some reactions to this thing. But Alienware showed off a portable gaming PC. It was a Concept UFO. Now, if you go take a look at this thing, it's basically a big, bulkier version of what looks like a Switch that can, allegedly play some PC games or, your Steam games, which can be taxing on gaming PCs. So, now again, this is a concept. It may or may not ever come out, but it's a cool concept that I think they're trying to get in the future, I think we will have these type of handheld gaming devices that are PC-like, or they play PC games. What would you think about that, guys? Did you see the concept of it? What do you think about it maybe being a real thing in the future? I mean, how'd you feel on this?
I'm like, Nintendo's got a lawsuit going on there. I mean, that's
just from the look.
I mean, that's a Switch. And let's face it, that concept there, that's just a Switch. That's a Switch with some chunkier Joy-Cons on the end. I mean, I think Nintendo they've got to have the Switch design copyrighted, right?
Well, I don't know what you can copyright. I don't know what, I'm sure there's certain things you can.
I think because I think they had the, The Wii, they had like the Wii motion controllers and all that stuff. I think they had those copyrighted. So I don't know. I mean, I'm sure this is like just within the boundaries that if they made it, they wouldn't get sued and so forth. But this is obviously they're just trying to make a PC Switch hybrid, equivalent, which is fine. But I'm not really a PC guy, so it doesn't do anything for me.
What do you think about handheld devices that in the future? Do you think it's something that'll happen where that's strong enough to play?
Absolutely, yeah.
Okay.
Like, I mean, if you would ask me when I was a kid, something like the Switch existing, I would have said, no way that could happen. I was still playing on a Game Boy. I was like, color on a handheld? Hell no. Not possible,
When you got a backlight, you just thought it was over.
Oh, dude. As soon as I saw, like, the Game Boy Advance, I was like, oh my god, this is the greatest game machine ever. And then the SP comes out, like, wait, rechargeable battery and a backlight? And it folds shut? What madness is this? I mean,
Carmen, what's your thoughts on this? I didn't mean to cut you off, Jeremy. Do you have more to say? Good to go? Okay, Carmen, what's your thoughts on this?
Hey.
No.
I think it's a cool idea. I think that there's some things that they should probably eliminate, but I also know that it's like it makes sense to be able to remove the controllers for storage, for like kickstand mode. I mean, there's a lot of very big similarities, but when it comes down to the hardware that's inside of it, this thing really puts the Switch to shame in terms of what it can handle, everything else. I don't necessarily know if they'll have a lawsuit. I don't know how far you can take it and saying, like, you've just blatantly ripped us off because, like, it's running totally different hardware inside of it. Nintendo's not gonna be the only company that has removable controllers and a tablet that, like, it won't stick.
Well, yeah. I mean, they're not calling it like the Smitch or something like that, and
yeah,
it doesn't. If you look at it, you can obviously tell it's not.
Oh no,
the Switch.
it takes design elements from the Switch, obviously.
Yeah.
But overall, it's like I wouldn't mind taking Rocket League on the go, or I wouldn't mind taking other PC games with me. I think that it's no different than the phones at this point. If you could get that type of hardware, then for a good price, it would be a good investment.
I tend to agree. I think it's a thing of the future. As far as the whole lawsuit thing, I mean, Alienware is not a small company by any means, so you would think they have at least a few lawyers that have looked into this and they said you're good to go, So, it's like we said, it's a concept. This thing, it may or may not even happen, but it likely will, and it may look something completely different by the time this thing comes to the market. But it is cool that we're moving closer and closer to hardware that can handle more powerful games.
I was gonna say, like, when you were speaking of the lawsuit, I did just remember that, like, when the Wii came out, like, Sony came out with the PlayStation Move, which was just basically a ripoff of that. They did get sued, so I'm sure that Alienware is probably in the clear on that.
Yeah, I would think so. I don't see how they...
Not that Nintendo still wouldn't try and sue them, because that's what they do, but I think they'd be, get away pretty clean.
They have the rights to try. I mean, I think they could do that, but I don't think that it would happen. It just... There's got to be some things, and obviously we're not patent lawyers, but there's got to be some things you just can't patent.
We know fancy Southern lawyers.
I do declare. That was it for really what we saw at CES for gaming. That was really about all. I mean, there were a few other things here and there, nothing really noteworthy. Like, we got to see the ports on the Xbox, I believe. So, I mean, I don't know if we want to waste our time talking about that. So, let's keep it rocking, and this is the last thing we're going to talk about today. We want to talk about our most anticipated games, what we're going to be really excited to see this year, what we're really hoping does in fact come out this year. We can go in the same order that we do our Game of the Year, so we'll let Jeremy go, Carmen go, then I'll take the rear.
Okay. Just going to list off everything we're excited for, basically?
Go ahead and knock it out. Yeah, whatever you're excited for. Go ahead and tell it.
Well, obviously, first off the bat, Final Fantasy VII Remake. Super hyped for this. No way I'm not. I've already got this pre-ordered. I'm expecting this to be my Game of the Year. Just super down for this. So hyped, so ready for this to go. I'm also really excited for Doom Eternal. I pre-ordered that like 2 years ago, right before Amazon stopped doing their little pre-order discounts, and I've just loved everything I've seen so far. I'm ready to go back in there and just kill some more freaking demons. Just be a badass mamma jamma. And see, I'm also really hyped for Persona 5 Royal Edition. I've already got that pre-ordered, getting me a sweet mask, come with it. I'm ready just to dive back into this game and play it all over again. Drop probably another 500 hours into it with all the extra crap they've added. We were talking earlier, brought up Ghost of Tsushima, which I wasn't even aware was coming out this year, and I'm, of course, super stoked for that. Just so ready for this game. I would also say I'm still hyped for The Last of Us 2, but I've heard so little about it, and I just keep forgetting about it, that it's probably my least anticipated game that I'm anticipated for this year. Like, I'm still going to play it, I'm still going to get it, I'm still going to like it, but, there's just so many other great games coming out this year, and I don't know, it just kind of petered out for me, but I'm still ready for that. God, I don't think there's anything else I'm really excited for, at least off the top of my head. Might jump in if one of you guys says anything during your...
That's a pretty good list. I like that, Carl. What you got, buddy?
Outside of some of the games that Jeremy wants to see, like, I'm looking forward to that 12 minutes game.
Nice.
Yeah, like, it's got, like, a really cool concept. The story seems super dope. I'm excited to see more of it. I'm excited to get my hands on it. Ghost of Tsushima is at the top of my list. Like, the game, when they dropped, like, when they started showing things, like, it really blew me away, and it's coming. And then, if you're not excited for the Final Fantasy VII Remake, like, are you even alive? Are you even living right now? Exactly.
What's that pulse?
When I think about that game, like, 160.
It looks really good. Every time I see something, it looks pretty awesome. Yeah, I mean, I'm going to echo some of the ones y'all are saying. My most anticipated this year is going to be Cyberpunk 2077.
Which when does that come out? I was talking to a guy at work about
that. I'm going to say March. I feel like it says March.
He thought it was like April or February or something.
I mean, we're in that area, I know for a fact. Let's see what we got here on the old Google.
I tell you, if it comes out in March is just like death for your wallet at that point.
April 16th.
Okay.
So, it's still going to be pretty rough
months
between that time.
Yeah.
Oh, it's going to be rough.
And I'm going to have a baby, too, so...
You're
like
gonna be
right
broker than Giacomo.
But no, I'm excited for that. Final Fantasy VII Remake, super excited for. And the main reason I'm really, really excited for this game is the fact that you can play it in hack and slash or you can play it turn-based. That's just so cool to me. You want to play it old school? Turn it turn-based. You want to play this new hack and slash? Go for it.
I'm playing through it twice. Just once in each mode.
Maybe. Nah, I probably just played through once. I know me too well. What else? Ghost of Tsushima. I can't even say it. Ghost of Tsushima. Super excited for that, especially after we got this last look at the Game Awards. That was dope. Those probably are the ones that are sticking out to me the most. I can't think of anything off the top of my head besides, some of the stuff we already mentioned here. But those are the main ones. I'm thinking I'm going to be excited for the new Halo, but then I also think to myself, I haven't played a new Halo in years, so I don't think it's really going to be on the radar.
Don't get overly excited. 343
I haven't been excited for it in a long time. Probably since Bungie left.
I gotta say, I find it funny that I am the one who plays the least amount of FPSs, and I'm the only one excited for Doom.
You really enjoyed Doom,
don't get me wrong.
Yeah. I loved Doom 2016. It was so freaking good.
And I like Doom. But I was not as hyped for the new Doom as you. Doom is a game that I could sit there, put on YouTube or Twitch, and just watch all day. I could just watch somebody play it. Not that I didn't necessarily want to play it. That'd be a popcorn game for me. Like, keep on playing. Let me watch this shit.
It is a very watchable game. It's just so stylized.
It is. I mean, if you're any kind of gamer, especially like me, you're gonna love that blood and gore. That's all you want. The more the merrier. More brains, more blood. Season my popcorn with the blood, you know what I mean?
I mean, if you're not eating popcorn with the blood of your enemies on it.
You're not living your best life if you're not doing that.
Exactly.
All right, Carmen, I think that's it. We got anything else? Anybody?
Nope. I think that covers it. We've handled the news. We're going to be getting together soon for some select startage. We're going to plan out the games. If there's something you want to see us play, let us know. If it's new, Jeremy will buy it. He gets paid the most out of all of us.
No, I get paid the least. I just have the least.
Shut
amount
up,
of
boy.
Expenses.
Shut up, boy. No one asked you. But do all that cool stuff. Like, share, subscribe. Make sure you comment on this video. Tell all your friends about us. And on that note, play on and stay
Hella
average.
a